Welcome to the OhioRAAM Show, number 281.
Well, hello again. Lee Kreider here with the OhioRAAM Show, where we try to put the ultra in ultra cycling. And we have a guest on today that I've been wanting to get on the show for some time. With the pandemic that's hit, all of a sudden she became a person I really wanted to get on the show, and I'm so happy to have Anna May with us here this morning. I'm not going to try to tell you a lot about her. This just happens to be a print-off I did this morning of some of her cycling records, for starters. You can see we're not going to find out all about them, but we're going to find out a lot about Anna May. Meanwhile, if you want to find out a lot more about Anna May, and particularly her charity, just go to the show notes right down here below the video. You'll see show notes, and there'll be links there to a lot of things we're going to be talking about here in a little bit, so keep that in mind. Again, always, we want to remember our people who work 24 hours a day at our time stations here in Ohio with the Race Across America, sadly, which isn't going to happen this year, but at time station 41 in Oxford, 42 in Blanchester, and 43 in Chillicothe, Ohio. And without anything further being said, I want to bring out a person I've really gotten delighted to know, Anna May. Hi, Anna.
Hi.
Did I pronounce your last name correctly, May?
Yes, in Italian is May. May. You have to open your mouth with the second letter. May.
Maya.
Yeah, is it?
Maya.
Anna May. You got it.
Very good.
It's quite like May, the month. June, July,
like
May.
May of the month with a little tiny on the end there.
Is it?
Well, I think you can already see, folks, that we have such a delightful person here to talk to today. And of course, we're in the belly of the beast, if you might say, when we talk about Italy. Everybody has had Italy on their minds, I know, in their hearts and their prayers. And you're right in the middle of it all, Anna. Tell us a little bit about how it is there and how you're dealing with it. And we want to talk about your teaching experience as well. We'll get to that in a little bit.
Actually, the situation right now in Italy is in a city situation, means that right now we are like in a flat, and it's not easy to live in this situation. This is my 5th week in quarantine, and I am not able to train outdoor. So my bike is here, and I do rollers all day. And the thing is that I have switched my work. I am a teacher at school. So after 1 week of this situation, I decided to do some video for my kids, funny ones, because I think that right now all of us need to be happy and to smile as we can.
And we have in the show notes links to those videos. If you watch the very end of the show here, don't go away. We're going to have a little video of one of hers. She makes you laugh. And I love them. I love them, Anna. You're doing a wonderful job.
This is the way I know right now to help people around me, because people right now need help, because I can see my kids, my pupils, of course, are sad, and mentally is hard work. What are we living right now? So I try to do something funny to make them laugh, and it works. Actually, it works.
Yeah, it made me laugh. And when I first saw one, I just got the biggest kick out of it. And you combine not only the physical thing, but teaching a little English along the way, don't you?
Is it? I am an English teacher here for young kids. And so this is a way I have to teach them to talk in English. I usually do my physical education class in English. So if I say easy words like run, jump, ready, steady, go, up, down, left, right, and this is the beginning of it.
Yeah, that's wonderful.
So,
wonderful.
Yeah, so I've done a video in the same way. easy words, and this is it.
Well, don't go away, people, because we want to really talk about something very important, and that is Anna's charity. As you know, the OhioRAAM show, one of its mission statements is to support the wonderful charities that cyclists do around the world. But we want to talk a little bit about Anna, the cyclist. Like say, I had her records here. They're just too many to mention. We can't go over all those. But I think a couple was a couple years ago. You set the world record for women for the 1,000 kilometers. Is that correct?
Is it? It has been, how many years ago? I think I don't remember, in 2015, and it has been an incredible one. For me, it has been a fantastic and an amazing record. I will never forget that moment. You know, I've been on a trek for 35 hours. And when you ride in indoor, you don't understand if outside is morning or nighttime because you don't see the lights.
Right.
So it's completely
You don't get
different.
that boost of the sun coming up.
Exactly. So you don't understand if it's morning or if it's nighttime if you don't see the hours. So I remember I lost completely the time. I was out of time. I was completely out of time. And it has been really magic.
Anna, for those of us who live in a country that's not as well educated as you are in Italy, that's about 620, 625 miles, something like that, isn't it?
Yeah, I think so, yeah.
Yeah, so one of these days, maybe we will catch up to the 19th century when it comes to this stuff in the United States. But I don't know. We just can't seem to manage it. You know, a couple of shows back, we had Mark Poland on, who's now the president of the World Ultra Cycling Association.
Yeah.
You hold a bunch of those records, don't you?
I think I've got the 1,000 key indoor velodrome, the 24 hours and the 12 hours records, and then 100 miles, 200 miles.
And some of those records you set all at the same event, didn't you?
No, yes, I did. You know, I made so many records. I don't remember when I made it.
Well, I tell you what. Again, in the show notes, if you go to the show notes down here, there's a Wikipedia article that you link to, and down at the very bottom of the article is this list that I printed off. I said it just kind of overwhelms you. You've been in a lot of sports besides cycling, haven't you?
Yes, is it? Actually, sport has always been my life since I was a kid. So I've done sailing, I've done skiing, swimming, aerobics as a fitness instructor, and all the kind of sports. I started to go on bike in 2006. And I've been a spinning instructor before this. And so after 2 months, I decided to do a 24-hour here in Italy. And when I finish it, I say, okay, this is my life. This is what I want to do right now.
Yeah.
And in 1 year, I was actually, at the time, I was racing on MTB. So I started on MTB and I became Italian champion for 3 times, then world champion twice. And then I decided to switch from MTB to road because my very big dream at that period was RAM.
Yeah.
It was always been in my mind to ride RAM once in my life. Then when I met Butterfly Children, I switched. I decided I have to do something for them. And I started to ride with a jersey like this one, with the butterflies on. Because the only thing I knew in that period was that Butterfly Children need to have a voice. And in that period, I had a big voice because I was really very popular. So I started to ride all over Italy with the butterflies on. So the people started to talk about them. And so I started to do fundraising for them. I'm not finished. I'm still working for this.
Well,
Racing for them.
now explain what you're talking about when you talk about butterfly children. This has been an education for me.
Well, actually, butterfly children means a very bad and painful illness called epidermolysis bullosa in Italian. You say epidermolysis bullose in Latin. And it is a terrible skin disease. And the skin doesn't work as a normal one. So you are full of blisters. And these blisters looks like a man who is burned from fire. It's the same. And these blisters are all over the body and also inside on the organs. So for them, it's difficult to live a normal life, and it's difficult to eat too, because they can have it on the throat. And it's very painful. So when I saw them the first time, I remember the shock came after 2 weeks. I remember the morning I was dressing myself because I was going for a training. I was watching myself in the mirror, and I say, okay, but what I'm doing right now for them? Nothing. It's not possible. I have to do something for the children and for their family. So in 1 month, I throw away my jersey. I remember I had a new jersey with butterflies all over. And I started to ride for them.
Again, in the show notes, you will see links to Anna's website and also to her connection with the butterfly children. Is there a place to donate there, Anna?
Actually, you can donate in, I think it's debra.org, O-R-G in USA.
And
Okay.
again, there's a link in the show notes to that organization. The thing that I find about ultracyclists, Anna, is they are a generous people. And every year, millions and millions of dollars are raised by people just like you for all kinds of wonderful causes. And this certainly, after I saw some of the photographs, some of which are too bad to put on here, I have to say.
You know what? All of us know that live on the road every day. And we were Jersey. So we are like advertisement working and going all over the world. And
Right.
it's easy
Right.
for us to show, for example, for me, butterfly kids. So this has been a very big motivation for me. In all my records, the real motivation are butterfly children, because I always said, if you don't quit, I never quit.
I saw somewhere one of your events that you had awful cramps, and the only thing that kept you going was thinking about these children.
That has been a wonderful story. Wonderful because I was incredibly trained for the record. It has been my last record attempt in Grenken, Switzerland. I never had so many watts in my legs. I was very, very fit and ready for it. And it was only 12 hours. So for an ultra, mean a short and fast one. After 3 hours and a half.
Whoa, let me stop you.
Yeah.
There are some 4-letter words we are not allowed on this show.
All right.
And one of them is only.
Oh.
There's no only in ultra cycling.
No,
so it was 12 hours, not only 24 hours.
It was 12 hours. And the idea was 12 hours, no stopping, 37, 35 kilometers per hour. So I was looking for more than 400 kilometers.
Right.
Right. And I've been to Borrego before it to test it. I've been to Borrego Worlds on November to test if it was possible for me to race 12 hours with no stops. And I did it. So after 3 hours and a half, I was full of cramps everywhere. I remember my feet, my hands. I had big problems, but I knew that I didn't have to quit for Butterfly Children. So I decided to go on. Of course, I was not 35 kilometers per hour, but only 29, 27. So I did the age world record and not the overall. But it has been my best world record attempt because I didn't get it. But it was
Right.
for my kids.
Right. And again, there's a link down there in the show notes for that video, as well as, hey, everybody, pay attention to those show notes. There's so many good things to see down there. Just set aside an hour and say, I'm going to watch all those Anna May videos. You won't regret it. I can tell you that. Anna May, well, the future is kind of in limbo for all of us right now. What do you see happening in your future? Assuming we get back on the bikes within 2 or 3 or 4 months.
Oh, well, actually, I don't know. I think actually right now, I think 2020 year is gone. But, I don't know. I was looking for 3-4 things to do this year. I was looking for a 24-hour world record attempt again in an open velodrome here in Italy. I was looking for Borrego 24 hours, but on a fixed, on a single speed, because as you know, on the velodrome, you go with the fixed, and I love race on a fixed. And it's very challenging to ride 24 hour on a fixed.
I would think so.
So this is what I was looking this year. But right now, I only believe I can live day by day. So I don't know what was going on, and I will see for the future. One of my big dream is to be there, not for doing RAM, but maybe to do Race Across the West.
Okay.
Because I love the landscape down there. I really love it. And then I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to work on it with Marco Ballo, who is my coach.
You got the best?
I know. I know. And we will see what is going on here in Europe and in the States too, because I don't know. I know RAM is not going on this year. We will see about Borrego.
Well, I was going to say, I hope Borrego comes off. That's the World Time Trial Championships in Borrego Springs, California. I always like to expand on these comments because hopefully there's somebody here that's learning about the sport. And we would hope to see you here, and we hope to see you in Raw sometime, Race Across the West.
Yes. It
and
was on my list.
maybe, just maybe,
Race Ohio.
Race Across America, maybe.
Well, actually, I tell you what, Race Across America is a wonderful race. I really love it, but I don't know. Well, actually, I think that nobody knows if my body is still strong enough to do it.
Yeah.
Then I see Shona, and Shona is a myth. She's fantastic. She's amazing. And Dustin, they always say to me, Anna is just a number. That is truth. This is truth. So I really don't know.
Okay. Well, listen, I am hoping to live long enough, Anna, to see a woman win the Race Across America. That is my dream. And I thought 2020 might be the year.
Is it?
I thought it might.
Well,
Christoph
woman,
isn't racing.
yeah. No, Christoph is a machine.
Christoph isn't
I've
racing.
been,
And
no.
that same country has produced some good women. And I thought there was a chance. Maybe next year, huh?
Why not? Why not? Why not? Actually, in this period, to live in a quarantine is a special period. So in this period, you really understand what your dreams are. So
Yes.
I'm doing a list. And then I will see what is possible to do and what not, because is expensive for us coming from Europe to USA to do something like Race Across America. Is easier to do for everything, to do a Race Across the West, to organize, to find sponsors. And I don't know what was going on, because we are going to live a big economic crisis. So maybe it will be difficult to find sponsors. We will see. But not thinking about this, think about RAM and Race Across the West. Maybe it will be easier for me to be there in the Race Across the West and to bring my butterflies from California to Colorado.
And we want to see your butterflies. And we want to see you raise a lot of money for these wonderful children who suffer so much. It has been a delight to last get to talk with you and take time out. And we know you have been through it. And thank you so much for being with us. You are going to be a real hit. I know that.
It has been a big pleasure for me to talk with you. And I'm a fan of your show. So let's keep going. Let's keep going.
Well, we're trying to do some things here, Anna, as Valerio assigned us the job of keeping hope alive. And we will race another day, Anna.
Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Grazie mille. And remember, stay safe, take care, and stay at home. It's important. Ciao. Ciao. Ciao ragazzi, eccoci qui. Lesson number 1. Oggi faremo un pochino di educazione motoria, physical education, un po' in italiano, un po' in inglese, giusto per divertirci un pochino. Lesson number 1. The number 1 lesson. Here we go. Let me see. So, così. The lesson we are going to do is exercise 1. Agility. Agilità. Per questo esercizio ci servono pochissime cose molto semplici da reperire in qualsiasi casa. Some cups, some paper cups, 10 or 15 as you like. 2 baskets. Some objects. Those are candies. Those are chocolates. Okay, and the last thing is this one for my ponytail. And then you have to throw away your glasses, and then you just have to start to run on the agility. Bye, set, go! The second exercise is easier, più facile. Second exercise, balance, equilibrio. What we need: 1 book, 2 books, 3 books or more, as you prefer. And then let's start. Ready, set, go. Set, go. And the last one of today. Esercizio numero 3, ABD, abdominals. So, for this exercise, we just need calves and a lot of muscles here, okay? So, let's start with the third one. Let's go. Here we go.
No shoes. 1 and 2. 3, 2, 1 and go. Hop. 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 Hop.
From my personal assistant and I, bye bye. See you next lesson. Ciao.
Gregory Zuber speaking. Thank you for your likes and shares.
Music by Kevin MacLeod.